The Third Macedonian War, spanning from 171 to 168 BC, was a clash of titans. Rome, the rising power of the Mediterranean, faced Macedon, heir to Alexander the Great's legacy. This conflict was not just a simple territorial dispute, it was a battle for dominance and influence over the entire Greek world. Macedon, under King Perseus, posed a significant threat to Roman interests in Greece. Perseus was not just any ruler, he was a formidable leader with a vision to restore the former glory of Macedon. His ambitions were clear, and his strategies were meticulously planned. This war was not just about territory, it was about who would control the Aegean Sea and influence the fate of the Greek world. The Aegean Sea was a crucial maritime route, and control over it meant dominance in trade and military movements. Rome had already defeated Macedon twice before. These previous victories had established Rome as a formidable power, but they had not completely subdued Macedonian ambitions. The Romans knew that another victory was essential to cement their dominance, but Perseus, a skilled general and cunning politician, was determined to restore Macedonian glory. He was not just fighting for his kingdom, he was fighting for a legacy, a dream of a united and powerful Macedon that could stand up to Rome. He rallied Greek cities to his cause and prepared for a final showdown with Rome. The alliances he forged were crucial, as they provided him with additional troops and resources. These Greek cities saw in Perseus a chance to break free from Roman influence. The stage was set for a confrontation that would decide the fate of two empires. The outcome of this war would not only determine the future of Rome and Macedon, but also shape the destiny of the entire Mediterranean region. The stakes were incredibly high, and both sides were prepared for a battle that would echo through history. Tensions simmered for years before boiling over. Roman emissaries and the Macedonian king exchanged heated words. Perseus, confident in his army's strength, dismissed Roman demands. He believed in the might of his Phalanx, a seemingly invincible wall of shields and spears. Rome, however, had its own formidable army, the legions. These were highly disciplined and adaptable units. They were armed with the gladius, a short sword ideal for close combat, and the pilum, a heavy javelin designed to pierce shields and disrupt enemy formations. As the two armies marched towards each other, the fate of the world hung in the balance. Leading the Roman legions was Lucius Aemilius Paullus, a seasoned general with a reputation for discipline and tactical acumen. Paullus had spent years honing his skills on the battlefield, earning the respect and admiration of his soldiers. His leadership style was characterized by meticulous planning and an unwavering commitment to the Roman cause. He was not just a military leader, but also a statesman, understanding the broader implications of his actions on the future of Rome. Paullus was a consul of Rome, its highest elected office, and a veteran of previous campaigns. His experience in both political and military arenas made him uniquely qualified to lead the Roman forces in this critical confrontation. As consul, he had the authority to make strategic decisions that would shape the outcome of the battle and, by extension, the fate of Rome itself. His previous victories had solidified his reputation, but this battle would test his abilities like never before. He knew the importance of this battle, not just for Roman dominance but for his own legacy. The stakes were incredibly high, and Paullus was acutely aware that a victory here would secure his place in history. He spent countless hours strategizing, analyzing ancient battle maps, and preparing his soldiers for the challenges ahead. Every decision he made was calculated, aimed at ensuring the success of his legions and the glory of Rome. Facing him was Perseus, the last king of the Antigonid dynasty. Perseus had inherited a kingdom with a proud military tradition and was determined to defend it against the encroaching Roman forces. His lineage was filled with warriors and kings who had fought valiantly to maintain their sovereignty, and Perseus was no different. He was prepared to go to great lengths to protect his kingdom and uphold the honor of his ancestors. Perseus was a proud ruler, determined to uphold his ancestors' legacy. He was not just a king but a symbol of Macedonian resilience and strength. Leading his troops into battle, he exuded confidence and determination, qualities that inspired those around him. His leadership was a blend of traditional Macedonian valor and innovative tactics, making him a formidable opponent for the Roman legions. He was a skilled warrior and a charismatic leader who inspired his troops. Perseus had a natural ability to connect with his soldiers, understanding their fears and motivations. He often addressed them personally, boosting their morale and instilling a sense of unity and purpose. His charisma was matched by his tactical prowess, as he skillfully maneuvered his cavalry and infantry to counter the Roman strategies. The clash between these two men would be a defining moment in their lives and the history of their nations. The battlefield was set for an epic confrontation, with both sides fully aware of the high stakes involved. The outcome of this battle would not only determine the future of Rome and Macedon, but also leave a lasting legacy that would be remembered for generations. As the Roman and Macedonian armies clashed, the world watched, knowing that history was being made. The two armies met near Pydna, a coastal plain in northern Greece. The year was 168 BC. The flat terrain favored the Macedonian Phalanx, a massive formation of soldiers armed with long pikes called sarissas. Perseus arrayed his troops with confidence. He had the advantage of numbers and terrain. The Roman army, though smaller, was battle-hardened and well-equipped. Paullus, aware of the Phalanx's reputation, had studied its weaknesses. He knew that the Phalanx, while formidable head-on, was vulnerable to flanking maneuvers and uneven terrain. The stage was set for a clash of arms and military doctrines. Section 5, Clash of Titans, Legion versus Phalanx. The battle began with a clash of light infantry. The Macedonians advanced, their sarissas bristling like a porcupine's quills. The Roman legions, arranged in their flexible manipular formations, met the initial onslaught with disciplined resistance. The pilum, thrown with deadly accuracy, found gaps in the Macedonian shield wall. The Phalanx, however, was a formidable opponent. Its sheer weight and the reach of its pikes pushed back the Roman legions. The Roman soldiers struggled to find openings in the wall of shields. For a while it seemed that the Macedonian Phalanx might prevail. The turning point came when the fighting reached uneven ground. The Phalanx, designed for level terrain, lost its cohesion. Gaps appeared in the once impenetrable line. Paullus, sensing an opportunity, ordered his legionaries to exploit the breaches. The Roman soldiers, armed with their short swords and greater maneuverability, poured into the gaps. The Phalanx, unable to adapt to the changing situation, began to crumble. What was once a symbol of Macedonian might became a chaotic mass of desperate men. The Macedonian defeat was swift and decisive. Perseus, witnessing the destruction of his army, fled the battlefield. He was later captured, ending the Antigonid dynasty and centuries of Macedonian independence. The Battle of Pydna had lasted less than an hour, but its impact would reverberate for centuries. The victory at Pydna cemented Roman dominance in the eastern Mediterranean. It marked the end of Macedon as a major power and paved the way for the Roman Republic's transformation into a vast empire. Rome's victory at Pydna had far-reaching consequences. Macedon was divided into 4 Roman client republics. Perseus, stripped of his kingdom, was paraded through the streets of Rome during Paulus's triumph, a grand celebration of Roman victory. He lived out his days as a prisoner in Italy. The Battle of Pydna marked a turning point in Roman history. It showcased the strength and adaptability of the Roman legions. It also demonstrated Rome's growing ambition and its willingness to eliminate any threat to its dominance. The legacy of Pydna extends far beyond the battlefield. This ancient clash between the Macedonian and Roman forces in 168 BC was not just a mere confrontation, but a turning point that reshaped the course of history. The echoes of this battle can still be felt today, influencing modern military strategies and leadership principles. It serves as a reminder of the importance of adaptability in warfare. The ability to adjust tactics and strategies in response to changing circumstances is a lesson that has been passed down through the ages. Modern military training often emphasizes the need for flexibility, a concept that was starkly highlighted by the events at Pydna. The Macedonian Phalanx, while formidable in its time, proved inflexible in the face of Roman tactics and discipline. The Phalanx was a dense formation of soldiers armed with long spears, designed to present an impenetrable wall of spikes. However, its rigidity became a liability when confronted with the more versatile and disciplined Roman legions, who could adapt their formations and tactics on the fly. Pydna also highlights the significance of leadership in battle. The decisions made by commanders on both sides had profound impacts on the outcome. Effective leadership involves not only strategic planning, but also the ability to inspire and direct troops under pressure. The battle showcased how crucial it is for leaders to remain calm and decisive in the heat of conflict. Paulus's strategic brilliance and ability to exploit his enemy's weaknesses were crucial to the Roman victory. His understanding of the terrain, his anticipation of the enemy's moves, and his ability to adapt his strategy in real time were key factors that led to the decisive Roman triumph. Paulus's leadership is studied in military academies even today as an example of effective command. The Battle of Pydna remains a pivotal moment in military history. It marked the end of Macedonian dominance and the rise of Rome as a superpower. The tactics and strategies employed during this battle have been analyzed and emulated by military leaders throughout the centuries, making it a timeless case study in the art of war. It marked the end of an era for Macedon and the beginning of Roman domination over the Mediterranean world. The fall of Macedon signaled a shift in power that would shape the political and cultural landscape of the ancient world. The Roman Empire's expansion following Pydna laid the groundwork for the spread of Roman law, culture, and infrastructure across the Mediterranean. It is a story of clashing empires, military innovation, and the enduring human cost of war. The Battle of Pydna serves as a poignant reminder of the sacrifices made by countless soldiers and the profound impact of military conflict on human history. It underscores the relentless march of empires and the ever-evolving nature of warfare, leaving an indelible